Hey, true believers, with October on the horizon, we are marching forward today going over the NECA Universal Monsters Ultimate Frankenstein Boris Karloff. And when I saw this figure, I knew I just had to have it. I love this rendition of Frankenstein's head. The painting is great. The Frankenstein warning the monster is loose. Just great stuff, and I love how they did the logo there. Just the little bit of blood just really adds that creepy factor to it. And another thing that I love about NECA is the fact that you can open up the packaging and get this nice window image, so you don't have to worry about your figure getting smashed that way. And you open it up, get it there, and then on the inside, a gorgeous product shot of Frankenstein there. We'll get into all these gorgeous accessories in a moment. Another awesome product shot on the side there. And then looking on the back, all the different ways that you can pose your figure. Great work there. Another awesome product shot there on the side. And then on the bottom, what I appreciate about NECA is the fact that it shows who's responsible for what, from the fabrication to the paint, the prototypes, the photography, the packaging. Really find that awesome and helpful if you want to check out more of the artist's work. So props to NECA for making sure that everybody that works on this gets credited. Now, with that said, is this figure awesome or not? Let's get Mr. Karloff out of the packaging and get a closer look at him. Here's Frank out of the packaging, and you start posing him around, start using the accessories that he comes with, and it's just an absolutely gorgeous, well sculpted figure. I'm loving everything that I've seen about this black and white version. I don't know, it just holds that Universal Monsters tone to the whole piece, just leaving it in that black and white high contrast color. So let's take Frank off of the stand and get a closer look at this absolutely amazing figure. The 1931 film was directed by James Whale and produced by Carl Laemmle Jr. is how I think you pronounce it. It was adapted from a 1927 play by Peggy Webling, which was based on Mary Shelley's 1818 novel Frankenstein, the Modern Prometheus. Frankenstein stars Colin Clive as Henry Frankenstein, or better known as Victor, in the novel, who is an obsessed scientist digging up corpses with his assistant to create a living being from the body parts. The result is the titular creature, Frankenstein's monster, portrayed, as you can see here, by Boris Karloff. Jack Pierce was the makeup artist for this monster. He was responsible for the iconic looks of the Mummy, the Wolfman, and the various sequels as well. Due to the financial success of Lugosi's Dracula, Carl Laemmle Jr. announced immediate plans for more horror films. Lugosi hoped to play the part of Henry Frankenstein, but Laemmle expected him to be the monster. Long story short, the director, James Whale, eventually chose Karloff, and the scene of the monster throwing the Maria, the little girl, into the lake and accidentally drowning her was very controversial. Upon its original release, the latter half of the scene was cut by the state censorship boards. Now, thankfully, this scene was rediscovered during the early 80s in the collection of the British National Film Archive and was restored to modern prints of the film. So there's a little bit quick backstory on the movie with Boris Karloff. But as for the figure, this thing is absolutely amazing. It comes with a plethora of accessories. So right out of the box, you kind of get the more stoic OG Frankenstein look. And then on the hands, they're more the, I call them the zombie hands when he first starts walking, and his hands are kind of like this. So great work. And because this is black and white, it very much captures that essence of Universal Monsters. I mean, look at that. In color, I don't know, for me, I just feel like that would have degraded it. I know there's a different version, but this is the one that I prefer. So those, right out of the box, that's what you get on your figure. You also get a couple more hands. So These are kind of like grabbing hands so that you could put the flowers from the scene with Maria. And the stems are really, really tiny, as you can see, but still really well done. So you just kind of be careful, get them in there. And so right out of the box, 2 cool accessories. The flowers, you get one that has 2 put together, and then a single one as well. So there's kind of your more gripping hands. Then you kind of get the more strangle hands, the Homer Simpson hands that are going to go after Bart. Why, you little... But I mean, look at that. The paint looks absolutely amazing. The work on the veins is awesome. Love the black nail polish there. And the work, just the attention to detail on the veins and the crevices of the hands are absolutely amazing. The other piece that he comes with that I really enjoy is the shackles, because this can be used for various photography pieces, and it's not super flimsy and it doesn't break apart. For what you have to do with this is actually remove the hand, and then you take the shackle like a so, put the hand back in, and it stays really well. I'm glad that they made sure when they were sculpting this that they didn't make the wrists too fat, or else that would not work. So an excellent piece to come with Frankenstein. So those are all the accessories he comes with. Now, as for the overall paint applications, to me they look great. I mean, look at that. He has that very much corpse look, the paint under his eyes, and then it kind of making his eyeballs look like they're going back in his head. The Frankenstein scar there, the white scar there, even making sure that you get the bolts on the neck. And one thing though, oh sorry, there was 2 other accessories. I put them out of sight, out of mind real quick. Before we continue with the paint ups, I put them over yonder on this side. Now where's the other one? He comes with 2 other heads, so you get the more generic one, and you get kind of more like he's trying to laugh or grin, and then the angry monster look. So you get 3 heads total, each one very well rendered. I prefer the stock image there, but at least you get some options to do what you want. So great stuff all around there. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I just totally forgot about them there for a minute. Anyway, for the coat, I love that it's more this charcoal black with either some gray dry brushed in or whatever. It's soft plastic, but it just looks like, you hit that black and white, or, that high contrast in the film, and it's going to make it pop. The details on the arm are exquisite. Has a very rotting corpse feel about it, which matches into the hands on both sides. The attention to detail on the coat, where it's going to ripple like it would normally. Same thing with the pants that he's wearing. Ripples are great all around. And then of course the big clog hoppers that he's known for look good there. And even if you wanted to, you get like a face like this and put him on, it'd be a good swap out to make him a Herman monster, but that's just me. Now, as for the articulation, it's not too bad. There's a few things that kind of piss me off, but let's go ahead and jump into it. So he can look down like that, look up like that, get a good range of motion there, and because it's on a ball peg, you get a nice range of motion, so you can kind of get some more emoting out of it. The arms, 360, go out this far. And real quick, always make sure to warm up your figure, because if you try to do this out of the box, that's going to snap and you're not going to have a good time. So always use the various methods to warm up your action figures and get those joints nice and loose as well. So you can kind of get that far. 90-degree elbow there. Both hands go down and up and around. The solar plex can bend down that much. That much. And he bends from the waist, not the chest, just so you guys know. The legs out that far. He kind of has a soft butt flap, so you can almost go 90 degrees back on the leg. This is where I wish NECA would knock it off. Single jointed knees. We need to start having double jointed there, and we'll be sitting pretty with these figures and giving Mafex a run for their money. But you can kick out all the way that way. Foot down. Foot up. Spinny, spinny. So with all the accessories and the relatively decent wide range of motion, you guys are going to get a lot of durability and posability if you want to put them on a shelf, or with what I've been doing, the photography, I've just been having an absolute blast with this guy. So overall, beautiful figure. The single jointed knees, whoa. But still, beautiful figure. Happy to have it in my collection. There is a lot to love about this figure. It captures the essence of Boris Karloff very well. I think NECA did a great job, and I like that they actually released two different versions so you guys can get black and white or color. I prefer the black and white, as I just said a little while ago. It just captures that old school Universal monster horror film vibe just very well, and this is definitely one of those that you want to have in your collection. If you guys want to pick it up, please first and foremost support your local comic shop or wherever it is you like to get your action figures and comics, and grab this piece. The only thing that I do complain about is the single jointed knees, so hopefully one day NECA will get over that. We shall see. If y'all have enjoyed this review, we really would appreciate it if you take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Helps the club channel more than you could possibly know. And if you won't mind hitting that fancy little universal bell next to subscribe, that way as we continue to upload content, you guys get notified, come to the channel, and we love talking with y'all and hearing your thoughts and feedback down in the comments below, or our social media pages, which I'll make sure to leave the links down in the description. So with all that said, photo slideshow coming up next. Hope y'all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, true believers.